Boom! All right, Bourbon Quest. It's your host, Bourbon Steve. Welcome. It is, anyways, if you watched the last several videos, I'm filming this on Tuesday, the 15th. Of course, Friday the 11th was my birthday. George and I went up to Kentucky. I'll be doing another review after this one on, I did one when we were in Kentucky on the Old Forester. Real quick, Old Forester 117 series Warehouse K, but we'll be doing another one here now that we're back at the bourbon shit, because the lighting when I did that one at the hotel was horrible, but we didn't want to waste any time in cracking that one. Got back, did some videos for Super Bowl, and then of course yesterday was Valentine's Day. Me being a bartender, worked a double. Was going to shoot this last night for Valentine's Day, even though I knew it wouldn't get up to afterwards, but I was beat after the shift and decided just to enjoy some whiskey without any production. But I did want to do some Four Roses, because I thought, what better way to celebrate Valentine's Day than a little Four Roses. So yeah, one of my true loves and daily sippers is the Four Roses Small Batch Select. You can find that at reasonably at most shelves, $65. Fantastic, beautiful bottle for $65 that you can usually find at most liquor stores, especially if you go more than 2 or 3. You'll find that for $65, and it's freaking delicious. Delivers all the time. A true love of mine. My roses go out to Four Roses Small Batch Select. So we're gonna drink a little of that, and then in a lottery last year, I was able to score. This is the 2020 release, Four Roses Barrel Strength. It's 111.4, 55.7% ABV. Yeah, Four Roses limited edition 2020 version. So we'll sip into that, and then we're going to have a fresh corking of a Four Roses single barrel store pick. This is coming in, geez, 63.5% alcohol, so that's a 127 proof. It is OESQ 9 years 8 months. It's from September 2021. A big shout out goes to McScrooge's, for the gentleman working there that recognized me on Bourbon Quest and hooked me up with this bottle. So thank you very much, McScrooge's. And so it is OESQ, which they classify as fruity, red berries, medium body. No, wait a minute, that's the wrong one. That's one below. It is floral, rose petal, inaugural banana, refreshing, medium body. But I've heard the OESQ is supposed to be freaking fantastic. I have another one from a different store that I have as a backup, but this is, I think, the first. I've had a couple other single roses, single barrel store picks, but I think the OESQ is one of the more coveted ones. But let me know if you've got some other comments or suggestions. I know there's 10 different ones on the mass bill for these Four Roses single barrel. They're all freaking fantastic, or at least I've always been impressed with them. So there you have Four Roses single barrel, 127 proof. There's the sticker on the side for McScrooge's here in Knoxville, Tennessee. OESQ 9 years 9 months. Oh yeah. So all right, let's start off with the one that you can readily get, and that's a little Small Batch Select. And let's go ahead and do a little pour of this one. Love to get my hands on the 2021 release. Haven't been able to do so, but I was late on getting this one also because I got it in a lottery, like in the spring after its fall release. And then this single barrel store pick, yeah, 63.5%. So if my math is right, that's 127 proof. Which, man, Four Roses at 127 proof, that's, I can't wait. So, all right. Tags a little, let's get that tag, a little tugger there. All right, so, all right, Bourbon Quest, it's a cork pop. Oh yeah. So we're gonna pour a little of that in the glass. And then, as always, we'll do a little 2-ounce pour into the infinity bottle. Fantastic. All right, here we go. All right, so I want to start off with the small batch select. One of my, like I said, one of my true loves, first loves. The nose is just so beautiful on this. I mean, just so inviting, very fruity and floral. You get the ethanol, the caramel, vanilla, the spice. I mean, for a 65 on the shelf bourbon, has a ton of complexity, ton of fruit and caramel and spice, vanilla, hints of chocolate. I mean, cheers, Bourbon Questions. I love this. Oh yeah, so good. So fruity. I even get some orange, some berries, caramel, ton of spice, good hug. What is this? I think it's like 104 proof. Yeah, 104 proof on that for an available on the shelf bourbon. Cannot go wrong with Four Roses Small Batch Select. Delicious. All right. Remember, always stay hydrated, my friends. All right. So now, so this is bottle number 3,978 out of just a little over, a little over 14,000 out of 14,040 bottles. Four distinct bourbon recipes being remarkably let's start over. 4 distinct bourbon recipes bring remarkable character to this refined limited edition release. Aromas of apple, orange peel, honey, and vanilla mingle with soft fruit flavors of apricot, pear, and hints of red berries. This is balanced with notes of rye spice and light oak, leading to a long, soft finish, refreshing fruit tones. Sip, savor, and enjoy. You bet I will. And like I said, this is 55.7, so 111.4 proof, and it is the 2020 release limited edition. Oh yeah, definitely get that honey and that apricot and vanilla. A little softer on the nose, in my opinion. Not really. I don't even know if it's more complex than just a small batch select. The nose is beautiful, don't get me wrong, it's gorgeous, but I'll probably get like 5 or 6 notes. There's apricot, honey, vanilla, caramel, a little bit of that light oak, some of that rye spice. I mean, the nose is delicious. Beautiful color on that. Cheers, Bourbon Quest. Man, that is such a good sipper. I mean, you get that honey, vanilla, a little bit of that oak. I don't get as much apricot on the mouth as I do on the nose, but definitely tons of honey, vanilla, caramel. Cheers, Bourbon Quest. Oh, there's a little bit of that apricot coming through. And some of that rye spice. I mean, that was one delicious bottle and very hard to come by. I'd love to get my hands on a 2020 release. This is the only time I've been able to get a limited edition Four Roses. Also, what is it called? Mellow Memories or whatever. They're like private Four Roses club. If anybody knows how to hook me up with a membership to that, let me know, because that's something I'm definitely interested in doing. But yeah, that 2020 release is freaking delicious. I'm gonna have one small sip because I'm really excited about. I'd obviously had these two before, but ready to get into this fresh cork pot from McScrooge's OESQ. That's so good. I mean, that's I mean, I won't, because I mean, I don't know if I'll ever get another one, or if I do, when that'll be. So I'm gonna try and make that limited release last as long as I can. But if I knew I could get another one real easy, I mean, that's a totally crushable bottle for sure. Stay hydrated, my friends. All right. I mean, I love that lineup, but I've had these before, so I'm really excited about this single barrel from McScrooge's. We'll definitely get that rye spice. Tons of spice on that. Black pepper. Some of those fruit notes are starting to come through, but it's hard to get it over the high alcohol and rye spice. All right, there's some of that. Man, it's just a ton of spice. And I'm just gonna go back here. OESQ. Yeah, maybe get a little bit of rose petal. It's saying floral, like rose petal. Yeah, I get a touch of that, but it really is hard to get to over the ethanol and the rye spice. All right, cheers, Bourbon Quest. But I mean, look at the color on it. Beautiful color on that. Yeah, I mean, it's bold. It's a ton of rye spice. Yeah, you get some touch of some floral there, but it's really good. Don't get me wrong. It's very bold. Some dark chocolate I get. A ton of rye spice. A little bit of vanilla. Touch of caramel. But man, I mean, the ethanol and the rye really. And I think this is one of their higher rye mash bills. I'm going for a little bit more water. That is really bold. I mean, good. If you like a high rye and spice, this OESQ's. I mean, it's 9 years, 9 months. I mean, you can look. The color on this seems to be much darker than these other two. I don't know if that's more time in the barrel. Because I don't think there's an age statement on the limited release. Yeah, there's not an age statement on that. But if y'all have got some more information on the 2020 limited release as far as age on that, feel free, and what your experience is, especially if you've had the OESQ or other single barrel store picks, because that's one of the great things. Now, don't get me wrong, you can get the regular Four Roses single barrel off the shelf, which I believe is also 104 proof. I'm pretty sure I'm not. You can check me on that. But yeah, these store picks, you get them at barrel strength, and it's fantastic. And again, this is the first pour out of this, so it probably needs a little airtime. More of those floral notes are starting to come through now that my nose has gotten a little bit accustomed to the high alcohol and rye. Yeah, some orange peel, rose petals, vanilla. Cheers, Bourbon Quest. Oh yeah. And it really just bold and punches you right on the front of the tongue, and then I would say a medium to long finish kind of starts to mellow out. But you get tons of spice, rye, and then those floral notes start to come through with some orange peel and some rose petal. Maybe even a touch of lavender. I feel like I'm getting a touch of lavender in there. I'm gonna go ahead and take a little pour of this. But I mean, those Four Roses single barrel store picks are one of my definitely top 5 store picks. Definitely, I would say, well, Old Forester single barrel store picks, Four Roses store picks. What else? What am I missing? Yeah, Colonel Taylor store picks, Eagle Rare, and really one of the ones that I'm on the quest for that I've not. I mean, I've gotten some single barrel Jack Daniel's single barrel store picks, but I want a Jack Daniel's barrel proof store pick. That's on my quest list for sure. But I mean, this is definitely top 5. And there's so much variety with that, with the 10 different recipes that you can get from Four Roses. I mean, I'm not, necessarily trying to get them all or whatever. I mean, I'd love to have that variety, but I'm pretty much happy to get anyone. But from what I understand, the OESQ is one of the more coveted ones. But I mean, and I've only had about 3 or 4. There's obviously 10 of them, so I've not had them all, and I'd have to go back and look at notes to really even tell you which ones I've had, which ones I haven't, and what's better or not. But yeah, with a little bit more air and a little bit more adjustment with the probably nose and palate, more of that floral notes coming through, but there's still that ton of rye spice and dairy. I mean, the color on this is freaking gorgeous. Cheers, Bourbon Quest. Man, it's like bold and bam, punches you right on the front of the palate, and then lingers and mingles, and then more of those floral notes come through. But man, if you like rye and if you like spice, I mean, which I do, I mean, it's freaking delicious. Thank you, McScrooge's. Cheers, Bourbon Quest. So yeah, this was kind of my Valentine's tribute. I mean, I couldn't think of a better whiskey to drink on or around Valentine's Day than Four Roses. There's the stuff you can get off the shelf, and out of the 4 that you can get off the shelf on a regular basis, my favorite between your standard Four Roses, then you have your small batch, and then my favorite, the small batch select, and then just even off the shelf, there's a single barrel just off the shelf. But if you can get a Four Roses store pick at barrel strength, slam dunk. And then the unicorn out of this is getting a Four Roses limited release. I mean, because you think about it, 14,000 bottles. I mean, I live in a town of over 500,000 people, so 14,000 bottles just in my own city doesn't go far. Let alone 300 million people in the United States. Even if only a quarter of them drink whiskey, I mean, it's hard to come by. And you think 14,000 sounds like a lot of bottles, but when you demographic it out to the population, it's very hard to find. But that's what makes it fun, makes it what's enjoyable, and the whiskey's freaking fantastic. I'll probably have a little bit more of that, and then come back in a little while and give you a review on the Old Forester 117 Warehouse K that we picked up in Louisville. But thank you, McScrooge's. This is fantastic. The unicorns, is what it is. But I'm never disappointed at all with one of my true loves and daily sippers. The Four Roses Small Batch Select is all-time great for what you can get. I mean, it's not like, and it's got a lot of complexity, mouthfeel, good hug, spice, rye, ton of floral notes. I mean, it's easily one of my top 5 available daily sippers. Cheers, Bourbon Quest. Oh, yeah. And even coming off those other twos, beautiful, fantastic. All right, before I end up saying anything stupid, which I've been known to do, I'm gonna wrap this baby up and say, hey, what better whiskey to have it on or around Valentine's Day than this little Four Roses? And true to my heart is the Small Batch Select. In my heart, for all of you subscribers, followers, likers, dislikers of Bourbon Quest, I love you each and all, and thank you so much for your support. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Costs you nothing. Ring that bell for notifications. That way you know each and every time I have a good or stupid video that comes out. And feel free to smash that like button, leave a comment, let me know what your thoughts are. But Four Roses is a love of mine. It's Valentine's Day, well, day after, whatever, you know. But, yeah, hey, I'm open to finding my other love in life since I'm single. So if any of you ladies out there like whiskey and you know, like what you see and what I might have to offer, hit me up. That's all I'm saying. I'm open. Anyways, stay hydrated, my friends. Cheers, Bourbon Quest. I really love you. Happy Valentine's Day. And hope you find the love of your life, both, you know, in companionship with whatever other human being of your choice is, along with finding the love of your whiskey life. And this is one of mine. I love Four Roses, and it goes great with Valentine's Day. So stay hydrated. Love you. And as always, my wish for you is that all your Bourbon Quest dreams come true. That's a wrap. Good night. See you soon. Bye-bye. That was fun. I love it.